Coming up in tag team action, Jack Maverick and the debuting Brute Van Slyke square off against the Canadian Giant Genesis and newcomer Alex North. Slyck Wagner Brown looks for revenge on Brad Hollister in a Return Grudge Match. Plus, a look back at the main event of the return of World Women's Wrestling with exclusive post-match footage. All this and more on this fully loaded edition of New England Championship Wrestling. Welcome everyone to a loaded edition of New England Championship Wrestling. There you see the Regulators, Jack Maverick and the debuting Brute Van Slyke. And speaking of tag team action, fans, this Saturday night, new NECW Tag Team Champions will be crowned in a 14 tournament as Jack Maverick protests the camera in his face. 4 teams will compete for the vacant NECW Tag Team Championship. And 2 of those teams you will be seeing right here and right now. This Saturday night, NECW debuting at the Americal Civic Center in Wakefield, Massachusetts. All championships will be defended. It's going to be a great night of action you do not want to miss. All the details are coming up a little bit later as we await the arrival of the opposition to the Regulators. This Brute Van Slyke is a big, impressive man. And speaking of big, impressive men, the Canadian Giant Genesis is standing by in the back without Basler as we await his entrance. Let's get some pre-match comments from Genesis and his debuting partner.
Coming up, a rivalry renewed, but this time in tag team action as this man, Genesis, gets set to square off with a man he has serious issue with in Jack Maverick and his partner, the imposing Brute Van Slyke. And Genesis, rumor has it you brought a friend with you tonight.
I did bring a friend with me tonight because surprisingly, Jack Maverick has friends. I didn't realize a fat bastard like him had friends, but he does. Now, I wanted to bring my best friend, but due to ongoing NECW issues, that didn't happen. But I asked him, who should I bring to war with me? Al, one name came up. Alex North.
Alex North, welcome to New England Championship Wrestling.
I just got one thing to say. Regulators, you wanted a war. Tonight, you're going to get it.
Genesis and Alex North set to take on Jack Maverick and Brute Van Slyke.
Well, certainly no love lost between the Canadian Giant Genesis and Jack Maverick. Of all the men that Jack Maverick could have picked to team up with, he's got a big powerhouse of a man in Brute Van Slyke. Just look at the size of Brute Van Slyke. Television does not do this man justice. Let's go to Kevin Castro with the official introductions.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Your referee is Jack Hill. Introducing first, at a total combined weight of 640 pounds, the team of Jack Maverick and the King of Arms, Brute Van Slyke.
Brute Van Slyke, known as the King of Arms.
And their opponents, at a total combined weight of 579 pounds, the Canadian Giant Genesis and Alex North.
The Canadian team of Genesis and Alex North getting set to take on the Regulators. Brute Van Slyke recently made a tour to Japan for the Wrestle One promotion. Caused quite a stir over there. You can bet he's going to cause quite a stir here. Look at this stare down. Alex North looks like a child next to Brute Van Slyke, and here we go. Whip to the ropes. Ducks the clothesline. Both men collide, and a little bit later on in the matchup, it's Jack Maverick with Genesis tagging in Brute Van Slyke. Headbutt to Genesis. Genesis being taunted by Brute Van Slyke, firing away with big chops, and Van Slyke fires right back. Big clubbing blow right across the back.
Conway 20 is amazing.
Oh my goodness. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Genesis. Now, Van Slyke gets the Irish whip reversed. In comes Genesis charging in. Crashing in on Van Slyke. And Genesis, don't look for permission, just pound away. Genesis hesitating there, and Van Slyke has him up. Brute Van Slyke drills Genesis into the canvas, goes for the cover, and only gets two. Butterfly suplex into a bridge by Van Slyke, and Alex North breaks it up. What an impressive maneuver for a big man like Van Slyke. Butterfly suplex into a bridge. The athleticism of Brute Van Slyke is incredible. Genesis now up on the shoulders of Van Slyke, drops down. Tries to waist lock the big man. He hangs on. Genesis rolls through, charges in, but eats an elbow. Van Slyke winding up that big lariat, misses it. And Genesis nails him. Both men down. Referee Jack Hill counting down both men. An intensely physical matchup by these two teams who will both be competing this Saturday night with the NECW Tag Team Championship on the line. Here comes Alex North on Jack Maverick. Maverick gets drilled by a clothesline. And another. This fire plug of a man, Alex North, has a lot of fire for a Canadian as he drills him with a power slam and a 2 count only. Genesis sending Van Slyke to the outside. And now it's double team time. Maverick sent to the opposite side. Here comes the freight train right in on Jack Maverick. Cut in half by Alex North with a spear and a 2 count only. Brute Van Slyke breaking it up. Both teams going at it. All 4 men in the ring. Referee Jack Hill trying to control this action. And Maverick just pushed away referee Jack Hill. Jack Hill is throwing in the towel. He's calling for the bell. He's lost control of this matchup. Look at these teams go at it. Genesis on Van Slyke. Alex North on Jack Maverick. A brawl between these two teams. Referee Jack Hill has called a halt to this match, but the contestants continue to fight. What is going to happen this Saturday night? As the Regulators and the Canadians are joined by the Heavy Hitters and the Glamour Express to determine the new NECW Tag Team Champions.
Has declared this match a no contest.
Officially, it's a no contest as Van Slyke and Genesis brawl to the back. Alex North following Jack Maverick. And fans coming up will have an update on World Women's Wrestling Champion Mistress Belmont and Miss Sammi Lane, plus Slyck Wagner Brown takes on Brad Hollister in a return grudge match when New England Championship Wrestling continues after we tell you all about this.
Yo, monkeys, it's me, DDP, and you're watching New England Championship Wrestling, and that's not a bad thing, that's bang! A good thing.
New England Championship Wrestling returns live Saturday night, March 5th at the Americal Civic Center, 467 Main Street, Wakefield, Mass, with a 7 p.m. bell time. In the main event, NECW Heavyweight Champion, the Masshole Mike McCarthy, puts the title on the line against former NECW Television Champion, Sensational Scott Levesque, with Miss Sammi Lane in his corner. NECW Television Champion Toto Loco defends his title against Jacob with Mr. Tony Ulysses. World Women's Wrestling Champion Mistress Belmont defends against #1 contender Nikki Valentine with Maximum Mecca barred from the building. The vacant NECW Tag Team Championship will be decided in a one-night 4-team elimination tournament, including the Regulators, Brute Van Slyke and Jack Maverick, the Heavy Hitters, Alex North and Genesis, and the Glamour Express. In a long-awaited return grudge match, former NECW Heavyweight Champions collide as Slyck Wagner Brown battles Brad Hollister in a 2-out-of-3 falls war. Tickets are on sale now, online at NECW.TV or charged by phone at 1-800-838-3006. That's 1-800-838-3006. Don't miss New England Championship Wrestling as it returns to live action Saturday night, March 5th in Wakefield. September 12th, 2015, in the main event of Bash 15, NECW's 50th Anniversary Spectacular. It was a triple threat match for the NECW Heavyweight Championship between champion Slyck Wagner Brown, former champion Brad Hollister, and the Masshole Mike McCarthy. In the course of the match, Hollister deliberately attempts to wreck the surgically repaired knee of then-champion Slyck Wagner Brown, forcing him out of the match, which was eventually won by McCarthy. We take you back now to October 10th, 2015, and the return grudge match, Slyck Wagner Brown versus Brad Hollister. But first, some pre-match comments.
Coming up, we have a grudge match and a battle of former NECW heavyweight champions as this man, Brad Hollister, gets set to square off against Slyck Wagner Brown. Brad, last time you were in the ring with Slyck Wagner Brown at Bash 15, you deliberately tried to injure him. Some would say that that was uncalled for.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, honestly, I think that shirt is a little uncalled for. I think that haircut is a little uncalled for. And most of all, that statement is a lot uncalled for. Okay, because last I checked, it was a no disqualification triple threat elimination match. And I didn't get disqualified in the process of eliminating Slyck Wagner Brown. So I don't see how that's uncalled for. Actually, let me take this. This is my interview time, not yours. So you can step out. And I have to actually address them to the NECW universe who thinks I'm uncalled for. See, the type of people you guys are is you guys gravitate to whoever got the title. I mean, first it was Slyck, then it was me, then it was Slyck again, and now it's Mike McCarthy. And I kind of realized I don't need to be you people anymore. I don't need to come out and slap all your hands, because guess what? When I get the title, you guys are just going to gravitate towards me anyways. So I'm going to do what I have to do, and that's going to result in victory after victory after victory. I'll get my title back, and all of you will love me all over again. It's a beautiful world, isn't it?
Former NECW heavyweight champion Slyck Wagner Brown gets set to take on former champion Brad Hollister in a return grudge match. And Wagner, my first question to you is, after the vicious attack perpetrated on you by Hollister at Bash 15, how's your health? How's your knee?
Knee's good, man. Knee's real good. You see, B-Rad, at Bash 15, you try to take me out. You gave me the best you have. You gave me everything you have. You try to take me out like knee surgery did, but it didn't work, man. It didn't work. You see, B-Rad, 2014, I was out for the entire year. I had surgery, physical therapy, and I built myself back up like a machine. I came back in 2015 bigger, faster, and stronger than ever. You see, B-Rad, if surgery couldn't take me out, neither will you. You gave me everything you have, but it wasn't enough. And now you got a brand new attitude. You're supposed to be the bad guy. You're supposed to be the mean guy. You're supposed to be the tough guy. Well, guess what? Tonight, you're going to be just another guy. Because I'm going to beat the hell out of you, B-Rad. I'm going to beat you like there's no tomorrow. B-Rad, I'll see you at ringside.
Slyck Wagner Brown, Brad Hollister. It all blows up when we come back after this. There he is, three-time NECW heavyweight champion Slyck Wagner Brown getting set to take on Brad Hollister in a return grudge match. These two have been embroiled in a bitter feud for a long time now. We'll see if we can get some satisfaction here. Here comes Hollister. Brad Hollister, former NECW heavyweight champion. Took the title at the Iron 8 in 2014. And wait a minute, Slyck Wagner Brown is going after Hollister. He's not waiting for a bell. He's not waiting for introductions. It's on, and it's on now. The bell is sounded. Hollister attacking SWB, who fires right back. Hollister sends Wagner off the ropes. Luthez press sends Hollister down, and Wagner pounds away. Big chop by Wagner. Hollister with a kick to the midsection. Off the ropes, Wagner hangs on, sends Hollister to the outside, and he lands on his feet, and here comes Wagner. Wagner through the ropes, right onto Hollister. Let me tell you, there is no love lost between these two as Hollister takes a vicious chop. Brad Hollister attempted to deliberately injure the former three-time NECW heavyweight champion. Hollister actually cost him the title. Wagner spins him around, and another blistering chop. Hollister gives it right back. Oh, man. Hollister is sorry he asked on that one. And they're brawling all over the place. Hollister trying to climb over the boards. Wagner grabs him. They're fighting in the crowd. Hollister dropped chin first right on those bleachers. Hollister was a huge fan favorite with NECW fans up until his frustration at not being able to regain the championship from Slyck Wagner Brown. Wagner brings him up, tries for a waistlock here. Hollister reverses and sends Wagner into the ring post. Do not be surprised if Hollister attempts to go after that surgically repaired knee of Slyck Wagner Brown. And once again, they're brawling into the crowd. SWB sent into the seats. Hollister being egged on by some of his fans. And both of these men have fans. Referee Jack Hill telling Hollister to take it back into the ring. Hollister, blistering chop on SWB. Hollister drops Wagner right on the apron. I'm telling you, ever since Hollister won the title, you can imagine that his confidence has been boosted. But here's a cover, only one. But Hollister's ego is out of control. Senton drop on the former three-time champion. Hollister rubbing that forearm and the tape right across the eyes of Slyck Wagner Brown.
Come on, get him off the rope. Just go.
Off the ropes. Wagner eats a back elbow. Here's a cover, 2 count only. Hollister cinching in a reverse chin lock. Attempting to wear down the former three-time champion a little bit more. Hollister trying to use his weight to lean into Slyck Wagner Brown to try to take his wind away. SWB trying to turn out of it here. Both men back up to their feet. Wagner trying to elbow his way out. Off the ropes. Misses Hollister. Belly to back suplex. Right on the back of the head of Slyck Wagner Brown. Cover. Only 2. Hollister was NECW heavyweight champion for nearly a year. Went on a phenomenal winning streak, taking out virtually everyone in his path. But at Bash 15, as you saw earlier in a triple threat match, Hollister, after taking out SWB, could not get the job done on the champion, the Mass Hole Mike McCarthy. SWB trying to get back up to his feet. Hollister applying the pressure. Handful of tights. Sends the three-time former champion back to the canvas. Referee Jack Hill right on top of SWB asking him if he wants to give it up. Not very likely. SWB once again trying to get back up to his feet. Trying to get his legs under him. Hollister applying the pressure. Wagner trying to fight his way out, but Hollister clubs him across the back. Into the corner goes SWB, and Hollister eats a back elbow. Eats a boot right there from the three-time former champ. Hollister charges in, and Wagner nails him with a clothesline, and another. SWB trying to get some momentum here. And Hollister goes face first into the canvas. Wagner charges in. Delivers a big forearm. Oh. Once again, right on the face of Brad Hollister. Cover here, and only 1. Fans, don't forget this coming Saturday night, New England Championship Wrestling, debuting at the Americal Civic Center in Wakefield, Massachusetts. All titles will be on the line. It will be an action-packed night. Tickets are on sale now, and you don't want to miss it. Hollister reverses the Irish whip. Wagner ducks the clothesline. High cross body. Hollister catches him and drills him into the canvas. Here's a cover. 2 count only. Hollister thought that was it. Brad Hollister. Fans saying that Brad Hollister can't wrestle. I beg to differ. Hollister, a former state amateur wrestling champion, has all the skills, but perhaps that youthful attitude is getting in the way of what Hollister is actually capable of. Hollister setting up SWB. Has him up. Power bombs him right down, folds him up, tries to get the cover, but only gets two. Hollister a little bit annoyed with referee Jack Hill, who in my opinion is doing an excellent job refereeing this return grudge match. Hollister picking up Wagner. Hollister trying to figure something out here. SWB now back up to his feet. Sends Hollister into the ropes. And Hollister gives Wagner a boot. Oh man, spine buster by SWB. Hollister is down. Can SWB recover enough to go for the pin? Wagner grabs the leg, setting up for what might be a figure four here. Yes, it is. And Wagner has it locked in. Submission attempt right here. Hollister is locked in that figure four in the middle of the ring. Wagner trying to keep the pressure up. Hollister trying to get to the ropes. Hollister screaming in pain. Hollister finally grabs the ropes, and SWB has to break it. Hollister now on the outside on the apron. Shoulder block into the midsection of Slyck Wagner Brown. Sunset flip takes Wagner down, but Wagner rolls through. Wagner once again going for the figure four, and it looks like he got him in the eye. Here's a cover, and there's the 3 count. Let's go to Kevin Castro for the official word. It looked like Brad Hollister thumbed Slyck Wagner Brown in the eye, but it goes down in the record books as a pinfall victory for Brad Hollister. Hollister hobbling his way to the back. SWE favoring his eye. Referee Jack Hill talking to Slyck Wagner Brown. Wagner Brown is still favoring that eye. Let's see if we can get another look right here. We'll try to get an instant replay up here for you. Slyck Wagner Brown favoring his right eye. And let's see it in slow motion. Here's Brad Hollister. Sunset flip on Slyck Wagner Brown. Wagner rolls through. Wagner once again grabs the leg. Spins around going for the figure four. And there's Hollister's hand right in the eye of Slyck Wagner Brown. Hollister with a small package. And there's the 3 count. You can bet this is not over between Slyck Wagner Brown and Brad Hollister this Saturday night. These two will meet one more time in a 2 out of 3 falls showdown. And fans, that is a matchup you do not want to miss. Coming up, a look back at World Women's Wrestling when New England Championship Wrestling continues after this. The official printing company of New England Championship Wrestling is Color Copy Center Boston. We copy, we print, we bind, we laminate. And we offer free delivery in Metro Boston. See us at 31 St. James Avenue in the Park Square building. Call us at 617-391-0030 or visit us online at colorcopycenterboston.com. They make NECW look good, they'll make you look good too. New England Championship Wrestling returns live Saturday night, March 5th at the Americal Civic Center, 467 Main Street, Wakefield, Mass, with a 7 p.m. bell time. In the main event, NECW Heavyweight Champion, the Masshole Mike McCarthy, puts the title on the line against former NECW Television Champion, Sensational Scott Levesque, with Miss Sammi Lane in his corner. NECW Television Champion Toto Loco defends his title against Jacob with Mr. Tony Ulysses. World Women's Wrestling Champion Mistress Belmont defends against #1 contender Nikki Valentine with Maximum Mecca barred from the building. The vacant NECW Tag Team Championship will be decided in a one-night 4-team elimination tournament, including the Regulators, Brute Van Slyke and Jack Maverick, the Heavy Hitters, Alex North and Genesis, and the Glamour Express. In a long-awaited Return Grudge Match, former NECW Heavyweight Champions collide as Slyck Wagner Brown battles Brad Hollister in a 2 out of 3 falls war. Tickets are on sale now, online at NECW.TV or charged by phone at 1-800-838-3006. That's 1-800-838-3006. Don't miss New England Championship Wrestling as it returns to live action Saturday night, March 5th in Wakefield. September 12, 2015, in what was supposed to be a history-making first ever last woman standing match for the Triple W Championship at Bash 15. Mistress Belmont was set to square off once again with longtime archenemy Alexis Nevaeh, only to have the match interrupted and both women attacked by Maximum Mecca, Nikki Valentine, and Vanity Vixen, the trio known as Maximum Impact. This led to the creation of a most unlikely alliance.
So
Trust her as far as I can throw her. Enough. Let me handle this. Listen.
Okay, what are you doing here?
I don't like you. You don't like me.
Okay.
But what just happened, that can't happen again. So how about you and me, we settle this with Mecca and those 2 morons she brought with her.
So me and you together.
Why not?
Okay, so Triple W returns November 22nd. So me and you handle business. And just business alone.
Just for business. And then I tell you what, after we take care of business, any match you want, you and me, rematch. Sammi Lane.
Okay. November 22nd.
November 22nd.
Don't stab me in my back, Belmont.
Ditto.
It's ridiculous. Oh my God, Belmont, are you kidding me? Why are you doing this?
November 22nd, 2015, World Women's Wrestling returns, and once again, Miss Sammi Lane voices her disapproval of the controversial main event.
Miss Sammi, you told us earlier that you will not be in the corner. So doesn't it make much more sense for you to be out there to even the odds?
This entire situation defies logic, Allison. If you had an infected tooth and had the dentist remove it, would you go back to the dentist a year later with the tooth and ask him to put it back in? No. 2 years ago, Mistress Belmont and I formed the Sisterhood with the sole purpose of defeating and taking out Alexis Nevaeh. Fast forward 2 years, and here we are. Mistress Belmont is the best champion Triple W has ever seen. We're moving forward together. Sisters have come and gone, but nothing has compromised my relationship with Mistress Belmont. Until now. Until Alexis Nevaeh came by. And now they're teaming tonight. And no, I will have nothing to do with it.
But Sammi, I can see Mistress Belmont's point of view. I mean, they share a common enemy at Maximum Impact.
Look, everyone thinks this is some dream team. It's not. It's a nightmare. And who are you to decide logic? I've never even met you. I'm over. I am not going to be at ringside. It's done.
All right, we take you now to the closing moments of this main event matchup. Nikki Valentine attacking Mistress Belmont. Miss Sammi Lane saying earlier that she would not be at ringside. But lo and behold, there's Miss Sammi Lane. A change of heart on the part of Miss Sammi Lane and Alexis Nevaeh, and Miss Sammi Lane are arguing. Alexis saying, we don't need you out here. You need to get out of here. A little later in this matchup, Belmont attacking Vanity Vixen. Alexis Nevaeh still arguing with Miss Sammi Lane. Miss Sammi Lane refusing to leave the ringside area as Belmont full body slam on Vanity Vixen. And now it's Belmont and Miss Sammi Lane having a discussion on the outside, and it's about to get heated. Wait a minute. Alexis double teamed by Maximum Impact. Here's the cover, and that's going to be the match. Belmont totally missed it as she was in discussion with Miss Sammi Lane. Let's get the official word.
Here are your winners, the team of Nikki Valentine, Anthony Dixon, Maximum Impact.
Maximum Impact continue to stomp away on Alexis Nevaeh, and Sammi Lane pushing Mistress Belmont, who continues to try to reason with her. Sammi Lane walks out in a huff, and now Belmont, seeing what's happened inside the ring, comes in to clean house. Belmont sending Vanity Vixen across the ring. Nikki Valentine takes off. Belmont and Alexis talking it out. Fans applauding these two. Belmont extending her hand to Alexis Nevaeh. Who'd have thought we'd ever see this? 6 years of bitter differences apparently settled between Belmont and Alexis. Kevin Castro is backstage. He's going to try to get some post-match comments from Miss Sammi Lane.
Sammi, can we just get a quick word about what's going on with Mistress Belmont, yourself, Alexis Nevaeh? There seems to be a lot of tension.
If you want words so bad, why don't we just go into the locker room and find them for ourselves?
I don't think I can go in
You
there.
can go in the locker room. What the hell is this?
Speaking of the devil, see, I
Devil?
mean, listen.
The
yeah,
devil.
the devil. Because
We never
if you
needed
did not
you.
come out there,
We never
like
needed
seriously,
you,
you would have.
Hey,
If you didn't come out,
Hey, this isn't going to solve anything.
You're damn right this isn't going to solve anything. I told you I wouldn't be out there. I still had your back. And now you want to be friends with her? You want to throw away everything we've done together? Fine. That's it.
Sammi, come on.
seriously.
This Saturday night, March 5th, at NECW's March Badness, Mistress Belmont defends the Triple W Championship against Nikki Valentine with Maximum Mecca barred from the building. But what of Miss Sammi Lane? She'll be in the building, but will she again be in the corner of the Mistress, or is the sisterhood finally done? We'll find out this Saturday night in Wakefield. Don't miss it. New England Championship Wrestling returns live Saturday night, March 5th at the Americal Civic Center, 467 Main Street, Wakefield, Mass, with a 7 p.m. bell time. In the main event, NECW Heavyweight Champion, the Masshole Mike McCarthy, puts the title on the line against former NECW Television Champion, Sensational Scott Levesque, with Miss Sammi Lane in his corner. NECW Television Champion Toto Loco defends his title against Jacob with Mr. Tony Ulysses. World Women's Wrestling Champion Mistress Belmont defends against #1 contender Nikki Valentine with Maximum Mecca barred from the building. The vacant NECW Tag Team Championship will be decided in a one-night 4-team elimination tournament, including the Regulators, Brute Van Slyke and Jack Maverick, the Heavy Hitters, Alex North and Genesis, and the Glamour Express. In a long-awaited Return Grudge Match, former NECW Heavyweight Champions collide as Slyck Wagner Brown battles Brad Hollister in a 2-out-of-3 falls war. Tickets are on sale now, online at NECW.TV or charged by phone at 1-800-838-3006. That's 1-800-838-3006. Don't miss New England Championship Wrestling as it returns to live action Saturday night, March 5th in Wakefield.